for me. Hold on. One moment. I lost my cat. She'll come back. Hello, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Hello. How is everything? Which squish friend? This is Mimi. Mimi's a leopard seal. Mimi's nice and big. You can really use her as a pillow if you need to. Sweet hat. Yeah, you like my moosey hat? My dog is asleep all of however many feet away the front room is, but just in case I miss him. Let's see here. We're gonna need some sound. We're gonna need to check and see what's going on. Got a new phone yesterday. Can finally download Hearthstone BGs again. Been far too long. Congratulations. Happy World IT Crash Day. Is that like a holiday? Is it things going poorly, or is it like an anniversary of a day that things went poorly? Frightening time. I was a little late. I realized last minute that I didn't close my windows yet, and if I wait until after stream to do them, it's going to be hot. Noon here, still waking up. Curled up with a heating pad and a burning disdain for the world. I know all about that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Waiting mode. Waiting for my UPS saying my parcel will arrive. Microsoft pushed a bad patch and the world crashed. Airlines shut down. Oh, dear me. There's like a little anarchy gremlin in me that whenever something like that happens, as long as it's not like my bottom line, which my bottom line is so small, I'm a little ant under a rock. There's not a lot of storms that hit this far. As long as it's not me, it's kind of funny. Morning, Hazel in chat. Microsoft did not push a bad patch. CrowdStrike did. I will say I know nothing about this, and I have no intent to slander the good name of Microsoft or anybody else. Hubs was out on an errand, had to rely on public transportation. None of the ticket systems worked. As long as WoW is up, no worries. Let's see here. Happy Friday. Welcome back to a Hazel stream. This is the first time hearing about it this morning. Although, what have I done today? I slept in a little bit. Slept until like 8. And then took my doggy for a nice walk. Made some coffee that I haven't started yet. Had a little bit of breakfast. Can bask in the glory of chaos in our little corner of the interweb. Well, that sounds like a big boo-boo. Uh-oh. Hate to be whoever pushed the big red doom button. It's 9 a.m. for you, 6 p.m. here, so we've had a full day of fun. Am I working on something? I am working on something. We didn't get that Jinya over the watercolor yet. That's right. I couldn't remember if I had committed to something yet or not. Also, I guess I can pick up my dailies, but I don't even think I'm gonna need them all. I think that if I just do, we're Raid Finder queuing for Terrace as well as Guardians of Mogashan should be a good one. These queues should be a little faster than the Throne of Thunder LFR queues. I'm hoping. Because yeah, I'm 471. I'm really close to being fully upgraded. We're gonna get that today for sure. That'll be exciting. We're having Y2K only a few years too late. Hospitals also being affected. Oh no. I see. That's no good. We might do a little short today. I might skim an hour off the other end to see if that lets me put my day together any better. Get caught up on a couple of things, ideally. There is no way to upgrade the cloak item level. The cloak will remain 346 where it started, as will the your jewelry and trinkets will also stay stuck at 342. Your cloak's power improves as you loot threads, so your cloak will get stronger, but the item level doesn't move. Yes, last night I was in a group chat about a very hot take on the tanks nerf. It was crazy. JG Britt, thank you for the 32-month resub. Hi, Hazel. The raid guide's coming along. No, not yet. I'm drowning in other things right now. That's a later me crisis. I've got a couple that are a little sooner. Oh, my goodness. Although in the bright side, I don't play a tank. So there's one thing. There's one crisis we can sit out. You look ready to go fishing. Yeah. I have to wear my my wide brim all around hats fishing because this one you'll still get toasted on the sides of your face. You know, you can put sunscreen there, but I need to get one of the ones that has this super cool neck flap that like drapes around it to keep the sun off your neck. Brewmasters somehow got buffed in the tank nerfs. Currently melting, shouldn't complain. 28 Celsius today, uncalled for. I think it's quite rude of the temperature to do that to you. And you are always allowed to complain. That's hot. It's hotter than here. It sucks.
AOE incoming. Phase 3.
So we're in here for a chance at 3 weapons left. One of them is a staff that I want. There's also there's 2 daggers that could drop as well. That would be kind of nice. Nothing is cooler than a neck flap. Hey, if it keeps the sun off my you know, skin. We all think that they're trying to kill off tanks. They're just... Can't wait to see how the art comes along. Sacked off collecting transmog from Remix, hoping they add a vendor. When does Remix finish? Are you parking it when prepatch starts, or does it finish anyway? Remix doesn't finish until August 19th. It goes all the way up until just a couple of days before we're within early access. So I'm gonna do something for at least prepatch launch day. Well, my first prepatch stream anyway. I don't think I actually stream on prepatch launch day. I'll do something. I might come back to Remix for a week and then go back to prepatch for the event, because the event will start a week following. The event starts on the 30th. And do that for a little bit. I just got to get organized. I think they're messing up healers really bad. Huh. Oh, what did I get? Oh, I got an offhand. I had that one already. Underwater nature documentaries were my favorite as a child. Watching a bunch of them now. Nice. There's some beautiful ones. I watched the first 2 episodes of the Simone Biles documentary, and then I found out that the second part of it drops in the fall. And as far as I can tell, they don't even know what it is yet. Like, they're gonna. I assume they wanna have some storyline about the Olympics, but the Olympics haven't happened yet, which is crazy to me. That you would start your documentary, you know, storyboard it, notes, edit, record, get your first 2 episodes published, and then be like, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Like, I don't know. I guess you know, they don't have to finish it, but like, I thought it was gonna be just like 2 this week and 2 next week, but nope. Wonder how much your ATT goes up with prepatch. Oh, you mean like collecting things that I already had? Because I would guess not very much. I'm not much of a hoarder. I've held on to like 3 things tops. I suppose I should finally invest time in learning anything about the War Within. You can always learn on the fly. Trial by Fire. Picking up a brand new sketchbook for me today. Aw, that's nice. Weird turn of events. No takeaway for me tonight. I actually cooked. Heated hot dogs on the stove, shove them in brioche buns. Hey, it started in your kitchen. That counts for me. I decided. I will create a gnome hunter for next X pack. Should I level in Remix or normal to enjoy the pre-patch? That's a tricky one. It's really awkward that Remix characters will not become regular characters until pre-patch is basically over. There's only going to be like 3 days of overlap, which might be enough time to get them all the stuff that you want them to have, but on the other hand, leveling is a lot faster in Remix than it is in retail. I don't know if I can answer that one for you. What do you guys think? If you're new to WoW, Dragonflight might be a good leveling experience along with the event. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, Seven Saga. Pre-patch events will be fast leveling? Wish that we were going to have an early exit. Yeah, I would have really liked to have seen... I wasn't really thinking about it when they first announced Remix and we were first talking about it, but I really would have liked to have seen a take your character out of Remix button, like an opt-out. Permanent, of course. Like, not once you get out of Remix, you shouldn't be able to take it back in. It feels to me, and I don't know anything, I'm purely speculating, but it feels like something that's just not built into Remix right now. It's like a tech thing and not like a philosophy thing. Did the CrowdStrike bug mess up our acorns? Okay. Whew. Close one. Account-wide things. Quest you did in the priest might now give you the mail reward for the quest. Is it, like, for sure confirmed that quests that we've completed in the past are going to behave that way retroactively? I know that quests that you complete going forward will. But I haven't tested it, so I have no idea. I'm guessing. Because that would be huge. That would be a lot. I have done Lore Master. I wouldn't say I've done every quest in the game, but I've done most of them. Yeah. Is your Time Runner going to be a part of the war band? I mean, technically all my characters are part of my war band. Do you mean like the 4 that'll sit in the little campfire scene? Because I'm still figuring those out, but probably not. Do I level now or wait till pre-patch? I would wait till pre-patch, especially if you're planning to level in Dragonflight. You know, nothing worse than getting halfway leveled and then all of your talents change out underneath you. You know, may as well let them change it and then level. Would Time Runner characters get everything account-wide for collecting? I think I'm just having a bit of a dumb moment. Everything that your Time Runner characters collect is collected to your account. And your Time Running characters can, like, transmog and use things that your account has. I don't know if you can still do KSM after this week. I have no idea. I need to take 1 sec. Hang on. Sorry about that. Sometimes the cat box needs attending to in a hurry. The Oshkosh flying event about to happen in Wisconsin. Air traffic controllers organizing planes in a short time is amazing to see. I don't want to touch Remix because I'm in my hater era. This is fine. This is fine. The reason I'm fuzzy on Keystone Master is because Blizzard put out a post talking about these things are going away with pre-patch, and they did not specifically mention the Keystone Master mounts. They mentioned the Draconic Hero title, but they didn't say anything about the Infinite Armor Eden, which just makes me think, oh, I don't know anything. Do we have enough? Do we have enough to upgrade this, or am I going to need to do like a real quick little scenario or something? Oh no, I'm not going to have enough at all. I'm gonna need 9k to do the weapon. I think I'm gonna do the weapon last at this point. Let's just do this real fast for the daily. And then we can also get back into queue for these guys. They pop nice and fast. That's good. Gonna level through Dragonflight Chromie time. I'm having a moment. I didn't even know that we had Dragonflight Chromie time. I don't think that's a thing yet. Maybe in the future. Coffee. Scarlet, thank you for the 10 stream streak. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. I can't believe I'm going to have a second character at 476 in a remix. That was really not on my vision board for the year. I did not have any expectations of being able to do that. Do you think they're ever going to make BFA time walking? Oh, sure. Don't see why not. Just whenever enough time's pass and they get around to it. You don't even have to wait for BFA time walking to relive some of the BFA dungeons. We're getting Siege of Borales back in the next season. I guess we already had Freehold back. We've been BFAing in current seasons. One Horde at 476, one Alliance at 476. Because of reasons. I'm gonna curve around this way. Even with all of this gear, I still don't feel nearly as effective on this character compared to my other one, but that's alright. I don't really have any big plans to like crank out mythic raids. I suppose there are 4 things I could use from a mythic siege. Maybe it wouldn't hurt me to like try to get into one and see if I can get lucky, but a lot of those things I'm missing. That's a wand, offhand, and then a mace and a dagger. It's entirely possible you could do the whole darn thing and then still not get any of that. Worth a shot. Morning. Good morning. I don't have a hat command. I'm just wearing a hat. It actually kind of helps keep my streamlights out of my own eyes. I've been having some headaches for the last couple of days, so we're taking it a little easy. We got some good sleep. That was a good start. How are things today? Any computer systems falling apart?
Target change.
Wild how much peripheral lighting can affect how you see.
Target change.
I had done a lot of reading about like the correct way to set up lights and lighting in like an office workspace where you're looking at like a backlit screen. And the best that I was able to really figure out is that it's not so much about it being bright or not bright. It's about having the brightness be pretty even so that you don't have a lot of contrast, because that's where your eye strain really kicks in, is if you are looking at like a really bright screen in a dark room, or you're in a bright room and you're looking at a dark screen, or you have just like, you're in kind of a medium lit room but you've got one really bright light. You want it to be kind of super even so your eyes aren't trying to adjust to 2 things at once. And mine's alright. It's tough with stream lighting. I don't know how everybody else does it, but I'm always messing with it and I'm never happy with it. Here comes the rain. Bye-bye internet for a few minutes. Car in front of me waiting for the ferry has a bumper sticker with their IG on it. That seems crazy to me. Private IG or like a travel blog thing. That's their personal brand, I guess. I've seen people advertise their YouTube channels on their like homes, like on their mailboxes and fences and stuff, or like they'll have like a tiny library out front because there's a bajillion of those in the city. And they'll have like a, you know, this is the home of this YouTube channel. And I'm like, what? Okay. You know, get you advertise any way you want, I suppose, but that does raise a few alarm bells. Does you not farming for the knife anymore mean that Megaera's Fang has been obtained? It has. We got it yesterday. We got a bunch of stuff. I also got the Carapace Crusher, that purple mace that I wanted from Scenarios. It's good. It's good. I want to work on this staff, and also I want to be kind of farming mobs on the Isle of Thunder so that I can work on getting the Jinyu staff. That's sort of the next thing on my list. But I'm hanging out in Vale. I almost said Veldraken. I'm hanging out in Vale for a moment because I am really close to getting fully upgraded, so I just want to get my easy bronze and slam my upgrades real quick. I'm probably gonna have to do a dungeon too. I keep underestimating how much bronze it really takes to finish an upgrade level. Bring blimps back for advertisements. What do you do if you saw a plane doing skywriting and you're like, huh, I wonder what it is, and it's just Hazelnutty Games? Misheard you yesterday. Today again, you got the thing from Scenarios, not Scenarios. True. Both days I'm like, is he in this X-Pack? Scenarios, what are you doing here? Imagine they cut someone off accidentally and the video goes viral. What if they cut someone off on purpose to try to get the video to go viral? That seems like a bad road to head down. Finally did a remix raid and it was so strange to just sprint through those. Yeah. I put off doing some of the higher difficulties for quite some time because I wanted to make sure I felt comfortable and like I had kind of earned my spot there. And it was kind of funny having them feel almost exactly like dungeons. Heroic raids, maybe they're going faster now, but heroic raids we were still having to like stop and work on the bosses for a second. You had time for your light storm to go off. Breadcrumb quest is Ocean Village. I don't. It sent me there. Ooh, I got a weapon. It wasn't the one that we're looking for, but I got one of the daggers I was missing. It sent me there while I was doing the rest of the Kunlai campaign. So if there are other quests in Kunlai that you are not finished yet, it might be worth chasing those down and finishing them because Zoshin was the last place it sent me. There's also an add-on called BTW Quests, which can sometimes be helpful for tracking down what the quest line structures look like in a zone and where you are in them and where you might need to go next. It can do things like tell you how far along a line you are, what the last quest that you did was, where the next quest giver is, and that one's called BTW Quests. Fastest way to level in Mob Remix is with a combination of heroic dungeons, normal raids, and not loading your mailbox. I have a video that details the strategy in detail on my YouTube channel. Something called Anyone Can Level to 70 in Remix. 2 hours. Pretty much what it says in the sticker. 2 to 3-ish hours depending on how fast your groups go, but yeah. BT dubs. Yeah, let me go look for it. I don't think I have a command for it, but I can try to find the link. Get shareable. There you go. Put that one out in June. At the time I was worried that no one was going to need it, but as it turns out, somebody needed it. Man, these LFR queues go really fast. We were waiting, like, there was big downtime when we were trying to do Throne of Thunder, and I bet you Siege LFR would be awful. I need 3 things from Siege LFR, but I don't know if I even want to think about it. But these ones, I think because people can get into them much lower, while they're leveling, people do these. And the queues keep popping. We're looking for Jinya Orb of the Watercolor. We want the one with the red handle. Up to 74 of 119 remix mogs my priest can get. Would have almost guessed he had a speed leveling and mop command or something. I might have done. There might be something. If so, I've forgotten. It's faster for me to just pull up YouTube and grab a link. Evening, Hazel and chat. Good evening. Oh, we got a 1. They keep telling me I don't have certain sets, but I already collected them. Yeah, whenever that happens, whenever that happened to me, I would buy the set in question and click on it just to make sure. And then if I really had everything, it would not let me use it and I would refund it. But sometimes there were things that it would teach me that my add-ons weren't flagging. So I just kept shopping until it wouldn't let me do anything anymore. Yeah, leaving XP bonuses in your mailbox still works. They didn't change that in any way. Bet you for next remix you would hope that they would they would maybe look into that. Build it in a slightly different way, pop the XP bonus when you loot it and not let you I guess I don't know. Maybe it's harder to work around that than you'd think, but they made a joke on the German Twitter account as well. I tried checking out a show about rugby because I've been watching a variety of sports shows. And I've come to understand that I understand less about rugby than any sport ever. Watching it when you have no connection and no understanding of what it is they're attempting to accomplish is like crazy because you have no idea. They're all working very hard. And they're running into each other with great violence. And when you don't know why, it just looks like chaos. It's pretty funny. I've not tried watching cricket. You know the meme of slap the top of something? This can fit so many X. Yeah. Or at least I'm familiar with the concept. They had a panda slap a mailbox and go, this can fit so much XP. Oh, that's funny. Well, can't say they don't know. Played a season of rugby in high school. It's really fun. It's just, it seems like sometimes they're running with it and sometimes they're kicking it. And then sometimes they're trying to kick field goals. And then sometimes they're just bumping right into each other. You'd think they could look out. Don't mind me. Do we have enough bronze to be getting on with here? We have enough for another upgrade here. Sport I do not understand at all is cricket. Alright, we get 9,000 bronze from something, and then we can upgrade our weapon, and then we're going to be like fully done. If we do a random time running dungeon, that'll be pretty good because it'll give us 2 of those caches. 5k. And then we might need to do the normal one as well. I didn't think I was going to have to do the whole round of dailies today. Didn't know rugby was a thing until college. It seems a bit regional. It seems like some places have stronger rugby culture than others. Normal or heroic to get the mogs and the last of the bronze. I still need a piece from normal dungeons. Not heroic dungeons, but there's a dagger that I'm missing from just normal random dungeons. What about raids? 1 thing from throne normal, 2 things from throne heroic. Nothing from siege normal, 1 thing from siege heroic. Yeah. But maybe a little later on the list. Feeling sentimental that Dragonflight's going to be over soon. The 6-pack was beautiful. Didn't realize how fast leveling is in Remix. Yeah, it's silly. It's just silly. High school I went to had a rugby team as well as my college. I just never heard it mentioned until college. Encounters in progress. What do you mean? I pulled the boss before I could zone in. Maybe somebody left and I got backfilled. Yeah, it's almost over. Got another druid leveled 1 to 70. Now doing another hunter on a new realm. Nice. Well, that was easy. That was very fast. You gotta love when dungeons go like that. Especially when you just needed them for like a daily quest queue. Now we pop that open. Oh, I only have 1 of 3 dungeon bosses completed. I forgot that you didn't have to just, you had to do more than just the dungeon. You had to do 3 bosses. That doesn't count. I need to go back in. It's okay. We need the normal. We need normal for Mog anyway. I had some dream where I was like, wait, I need my remix gems. Why did I scrap them all? And I can't imagine in what world does that dream make sense. I guess dreams don't, but like, what a strange small thing to be worried about. Oh no, I scrapped my remix gems. It's like, yeah, so of course you did. They're for nothing. What's your favorite Hearthstone to use? I like to tailor it to the character. I like to use different ones for different characters. Which ones come out the most? Let me see. Let me think. This one's pretty good. Dominated. That's the Torghasti. My Evoker was using... Not Eternal Traveler. My Evoker was using... Had Sand? Time Walkers. Because that was kind of a cool one on an Evoker with like the time sand effects. My druids usually use Lunar. I like the little beam. I don't think I remember this one. I don't use that at all. These are cute. These are classic. Petal Feet and Noble Garden. I probably use Petal Feet a little bit more often because there's no character that doesn't look fantastic contemplating an egg. With the little bunny ears that they get. Oh, I forgot about that one. That one's new. This one confuses me. I guess I just want it to be more than it is. It's fine. It's cool. But, I don't know. And then the Covenant ones are alright. I use the Kyrian one the most of the Covenant ones. Because I think it looks nice in a priest. Brewfest pretty disappointing. I don't know. He's kind of making it work. He's having an absolute hoedown of a time. Depends on how good your dance is. I do have Innkeeper's Daughter, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't come up under that search filter. It's over here. Oh, I didn't mean to actually use it. Oops, I can't test them anymore. I forgot I was casting it. Whoops. Oh, you know what another really good one is? Tome of Town Portal. It's from the Diablo promotion event, and it like puts the scroll out in front of you. Great Father Winters puts a little hat on you, makes a little snowstorm. The Hearthstone game board. Yeah, that was really good too. Do I have Tome of Teleportation? I don't have it on right now. I don't even remember what that one is called. Oh yeah, Stone of the Hearth, that's right. Didn't get the Town Portal one. Hearthstones are the only toys I go out of my way to collect. I just love that they did so many of them. Am I in queue for enough things? I don't think I am. If I was, they would be popping. Here, get in the queue for one of those too. There we go. I'm happy I got a dagger already this morning. I'm missing so many of these open world ones, and I don't know how annoying it's going to be to get them. I guess I can go fly around and look for rares in the meantime. I won't get too far away from the upgrade station. I guess I can also, if I really want to go upgrade my gear, I have 56 Nostwin's vouchers. I can just pop back that way. No biggie. I'm so excited to be able to dragon ride around a different, or sky ride, pardon me. I'm excited to be sky riding around on different mounts. The new owl's pretty. It's nice. I'm not mad at it. What do you think the next game mode after Remix will be? When they typically put that content out? Or when would they? We're kind of in uncharted territory. Remix and Plunderstorm were both brand new, very much out of left field things that they've never done before. So we're kind of right in history with that one. Both of them happened in the last patch of the expansion and kind of the end of the expansion cycle. So I wouldn't expect to see either of them revived or any new ideas come out in terms of like alternate game modes until the end of the War Within expansion cycle. Like a year and a half, 2 years. Jonathan Beale, thank you for the 2-month resub. Appreciate it, Jonathan. Want BFA or Rapid? Farm fans and books. The book was open world. The book was open world in Kunlai. Depending on which... Oh, also. This scenario. Depending on which, whatchamacallums, zone it is, the world grind might be worse or better. Play Hearthstone BGs directly in WoW. There you go. Hearthstone BGs, except that all of my opponents are really convincing AI, and I can pause it. Could be worse, could be better. Who's to say? Might get Kata since it's old god themed. Cool if we can play Hearthstone in-game like you can play the card game in Final Fantasy XIV. They did something so strange for the Hearthstone anniversary. Like the mini game where you were collecting cards and playing them. They had like a playable Hearthstone themed mini game, which is weirdly meta because of how Hearthstone was based on WoW and it's just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. But I didn't understand how to play it properly. And to be fair, I never really put in the brain cells to try. But I just didn't understand what was going on with it. I never actually like beat anybody with it, because you could collect all the stuff by just clicking things. You didn't have to win. So I don't know if you guys ever did, but I never figured out what was going on with that. Powder barrels rigged. Are there any on this boat? Anything need rigging? Wasn't so much playable as you had to plunk random cards down. Yeah. Although that is how some of the minigames in WoW end up going. That's kind of how I felt about mission tables, was they tried so hard to make mission tables something strategic, especially in BFA. They were like, yo, this one's your ranged, and this one's gonna hit enemies in a triangle pattern, and this one will only strike the farthest away. So, and they like really tried to make it like a playable, satisfying game. And I don't know, it basically turns into just plunking your highest level minions or just getting TLDR to do it. Like, even without the add-on, and I do send out BFA missions still for pet charms, I still don't know if I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna hit everybody in melee. It's gonna be so sick. One button add-on, leave me alone. Listen, we're playing WoW to play WoW and dress up. This game is a piece of software existing to function for me as A, way to measure myself against my friends, and B, a dollhouse. I don't know if BFA is better for charms. I know they give the same charms now, which they didn't used to, but I just hadn't, I haven't tried it. I like the Shadowlands one because you can get the currency that you need to send the missions by also sending missions. So if I send pet charm missions and also anima missions, I'm never going to run out of stuff. That may be the case for BFA as well. I don't remember if they gave you more resources for doing it. Very fancy dollhouse. I used to love paper doll websites when I was a little kid. They had just like little images of like a girl giving like whoo, and then you would like pick out different like dresses and skirts and tops and shoes and whatever, and you would drag, like, the sites never worked very well. They were always kind of like a barely functioning mess, and you would drag them to dress her up, and then it would crash and you would lose all your progress. It would take ages to set her up again, and there wasn't like a point. Like, I think at the end of it you could maybe like print it or something. I don't remember what the deal was. Why would you go to BFA if you could just stay in Covenant Hall? Here, I'm gonna go downstairs first this time, because I remember there is somebody down here. Could use a little bit of help. Excuse you. Oh, I need to get a key. A key? Man, this rescuing people business is hard work. Miss Flash. Really? My Flash Games era was very Neopets based. I know they had a hard time when Flash finally bit the dust. How's the farm? It's going all right. It's going pretty good. We're I'm picking things up here and there. I'm in queue for LFRs, trying to grind out the staff that you see above my camera here. But I'm also very nearly 476. Did I get a? Yeah, I got a key. Good. Which will be kind of fun. Raiders, welcome. Star Wars barista. Randomly started playing World of Warcraft, so we picked someone randomly to raid. Welcome. It's me. I'm Hazel. Welcome to World of Warcraft. I hope you have a wonderful time. Don't let anybody bully you. Not that anybody would. Hello, Raiders. Good pick for raid. Welcome, welcome. Aw, shucks. We're pretty low-key here. We farm things. We play. We talk about the game. We talk about our pets. We mostly talk about food. Playing with friends only? No bully. Excellent. Perfect time to join. That's the way to do it. We were talking about food too. New Orleans food. Oh. We have, if I'm not careful, will spend my entire stream just talking about food and making myself and everybody else very hungry.
5.
So sometimes in an emergency, I will enact a rule where I'm not allowed to
1.
start until the last hour of stream. No food until 11 PST, exactly. Banned for another hour. We've got these kids well trained. Appreciate your remix leveling video. Got multiple champs to 70. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it worked for you. Have you ever played Star Wars The Old Republic, Hazel? I did when it first came out. I played for... I had it. I played with some friends. Oh, I got a dagger. I now have... I think that was the last thing I needed from normal dungeons. Haha. Nice. Excellent. I wanted that one. I don't remember how long we played for. I remember I paid more attention to story and cutscenes in that game than I have in any other MMO before or since. I didn't fully know what was going on, though. I didn't really have a background in Star Wars in general. So I kind of had to take people's word for it on what they were all about. I remember my my vehicle was real cool though. I had a beep beep vroom vroom. The story following, not the cool ride. I think it's because the cutscenes seemed so integral to the game. It felt like they were a big important part of it. I don't know, I'm just saying stuff. It was a long time ago. When did that game come out? I'm googling it now, I'm curious. 2011! Okay, I did not play it when it first came out. There's no way. It was because it was definitely after I started WoW. I guess I started WoW in 2008-9, so maybe it was then. Huh. I don't know. Doesn't sound right. 2011. I would have sworn to you that it was like 5 years ago. Think you have your hat on. What, so my brains don't leak out? You see your hair turn gray in real time. Listen, that's just life. That's just facts. That's alright. I could do worse in my life than turn into my mother. Alright. We now have enough bronze. I should be able to... 56. Yeah, I should be able to finish fully upgrading my gear here. I wonder if I break this queue if I leave Instance Group. I don't think so. I'm like that sometimes. It happened 5 years ago in 2015. I am not the only one who feels like the pandemic just ruined the perception of the passage of time. Like, those years that we spent inside just kind of don't figure the same way in my recollection. Like, it's not that I don't remember them, but I think because it was so much of the same every day, and there was so little variation there, that in my brain that save file is condensed down to like a much smaller save file than it would have been otherwise, and it makes the time feel faster. 2 years vanished. Yeah. Even though objectively a lot of things happened, they just all kind of happened like through the window that is my phone. Easily lose track of the day or week. Which is funny because it's not like I lived my life that differently otherwise. I wasn't really somebody, like in the years before that, I wasn't really somebody that was like going places or doing anything. Like pretty much from when I moved to the States until more or less until I came back, you know, I was working from home. I was doing this. I was making content. I wasn't, you know, like it's not that I would never go out. I would go to parks and I would go on walks and we would occasionally go visit friends, but like I didn't really have like a life, so to speak. Nothing really doing, and it wasn't that different from lockdown for me. I would spend most of my time at home doing my routine. Hunker down, play Shadowlands time. Life hasn't changed that much over the last 2 to 3 years. I'm starting to get out more now. Not just like, you know, relative to lockdown, but relative to like how I've lived my whole life up until that point. It's a bit, it feels weird to me, but I think it's good for me. I was kind of stagnating and I was deteriorating in a lot of ways, and it's, I hate going outside. It's awful. I'm scared of everything and it's miserable, but I know in my heart that it's good for me. So it's been all right. Your perception of time slow down or speed up since you got Moose? That's a good question, because it feels like yesterday he was a little nugget and now he's a big nugget. And I don't know when that happened. Like, we have a neighbor that has a puppy that's basically they're basically just like a year behind us. So that dog is like, I don't know. He looks maybe 4 months, maybe 5 months old.
Target
So
change.
they're going through this summer everything that we went through last summer. And it's just so crazy to me that I'm now the person with like the young adult, the grown up looking dog. When did that happen? Man, he was never little. He was my little munchkin. He was my little sugar muffin. You couldn't really cuddle him when he was small though. He was a shark. He wasn't feral, but he was like, he wouldn't stay still long enough for you to pet him really. Like there was not a whole lot of hugging Moose when he was a baby. He had to grow up to get to learn the appeal of that. I think time sped up when I got a puppy. Moose likes outside, so it can't be that bad, right? We took him shopping yesterday. Partner wanted to pick up some fishing equipment, and that place happens to allow dogs in, so we went on a big expedition and took Moose shopping. And Moose loves the store. He's so excited about everything. Every aisle is like, oh, what's this? What's this? Who are you? Can I have this? Like, he doesn't take things off the shelves. He's actually quite well behaved, relatively speaking, but he does not keep to himself. You see older dogs that are in a store, and they're just kind of minding their own business. They look a little bored. They're waiting for their people. They're quiet. They're well behaved. My dog is, like, so engaged with everything around him. He will see a person and be like, whoa, I've never met you before. Who are you? And he'll just stare at them, especially if they're, like, shopping. and we're also looking at something in the same aisle. He'll do his darndest to introduce himself because he's just like, who are you? Can I smell you?
Target change.
You want to play? I'm Moose. And Kira feel left out.
Phase 3.
Kira's not a huge fan of Moose. So the more he leaves her alone, the happier she is. Jack's skeleton from Nightmare Before Christmas. I often think of the What's This song whenever Moose goes anywhere new because that's his exact energy. Took Moose shopping. My head played a glamour montage of him wearing sunglasses and a scarf, glittering and swiping credit cards. The credit card is just tucked in between the two toes in his paw. Old dog's husband's at the store. What are you trying to say about husbands? His ears are purple for some reason. He's so cute. I do my best to keep him out of people's way. I try not to to let him actually, like, fully approach anybody that hasn't consented to it. You know, I know not everybody likes dogs, and that's totally fine. This motto is everything is awesome. His whole mission is just to make friends. You know, he sees a dog and he wants to know if it wants to be friends, and he sees a person, he wants to know if they want to be friends, and you want to play. And then if there's no friends currently in view, he's like just kind of trotting along waiting for anybody. Like anytime we hit an intersection and we're out walking and you can see in like 4 directions, he'll like scan all of them to be like, all right, anybody for Moose? It's very cute, but it's also exhausting when you're shy and introverted and you're just trying to go for a walk and you don't want to talk to everybody on the street. Too bad, your dog's introducing you. His motto is, I bet they want to meet Moose. He gets this look in his face. It's like, wait, but we have to... What if they want to meet Moose? Have you asked? Can we check? Because if somebody ignores him, he will move on pretty quickly. He won't, like, stalk somebody that is clearly, like, uncomfortable or, like, not looking at him or busy. But if somebody's, like, watching him or, like, looking at him, he's like, they want to meet Moose for sure. And then he'll get really stubborn about it. But his biggest prank is he wants to meet everybody, but they can't pet him. If they try to pet him, and most people do, he will duck under it and then start jumping around trying to play. And depending on how much that person knows about body language, they'll either be like horrified that they frightened him, which they didn't. He's just trying to play with them. Or they'll be like, oh man, that's weird. Why are you trying to play with me? I'm not a dog. He'll bait and switch. Yeah. He's like, I sniff your fingers. You don't touch me. You can pet him if he's distracted. One of our neighbor's kids finally got to pet Moose, who had really wanted to for ages because Moose was busy eating grass. Under his chin, no go. No one's if he's watching you, you're not getting a hand on him unless he's like busy eating something, which is his boundary, and I respect his right to I respect his right to dodge. He's not biting anybody. He's not like growling or snapping or nipping anybody. So if he wants to duck, that's all him. Going in for a handshake, pulling back at the last second. Yeah. I'd say I miss my buddy, but he's like right over there. But I miss my buddy. What am I doing? I'm upgrading my gear, that's right. I'm getting my last upgrade. Cat has anxiety, afraid of any loud sounds. So we are very alike. Do you tell people they won't succeed in petting him, or do they have to find out for themselves? I usually just let them find out. Because there's not always a lot of time, and also, I know he's not gonna, like, bite anybody. And also, if I tell them that he won't let them pet him, sometimes that, I feel like it makes it sound like he's like a fearful dog that's like really nervous, or that you're gonna scare him or something, and that's not true. He's just gonna prank you. he's just gonna jump away, basically. So it's usually better to just let people give it a go. Plus, he'll sniff their hand for as long as they'll let him sniff it. People always think that he's smelling like their food or something, and maybe they are. I've had on multiple occasions different women being like, "You're smelling the potato salad that I made." And I thought that was very funny that they were both independently making potato salad, because it was like a day apart. Maybe it was potato salad weekend or something. But he'll sniff anybody. Okay. And now Shellfish is officially in the same boat that Squidgy is, which is to say, none of this bronze is for anything anymore. There is no longer a single thing I can put bronze into on this character. I mean, I guess I could buy, like, a shirt. But all these vendors... I guess there's gems. But the transmog vendors... empty. 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 Nothing. Completely out. We're scrapping things just to make room in the bags now. Potato salad cult. People love dogs doing dog things. Made a video of these antics, but that's a big hit. Maybe. One day I want to see if I can get a video of Moose and I's good morning. We do a big good morning performance every day. But the trick is you'd have to have like a camera already set up or something like that, because it's part of the joy is that he's like seeing you for the first time since last night. He's cute. He does his own dog yoga. Downward Moose. Cats suddenly notice a toy and start going wild over it. After you demonstrated the snail toy, I purchased it and now cannot wait for my next season when my guild starts playing together again. Slaughter all the pets. Oh man. So we're still after. Mm-hmm. 2 more things. Back in queue with us. What do you mean I'm doing it too fast? Forget about it. I talked to the vet about the grass eating thing, and apparently it could be a bunch of things. It's not, if it's not causing him problems and it's not too much, it's probably not super concerning, but we should make sure that his food, his treats and stuff aren't super fatty, because apparently dogs don't tolerate fat very well, and in some of them it irritates their tummy to the point that they get kind of nauseous, so that they're eating grass. But he might just be hungry because it's first thing in the morning, but he has breakfast available, you know? Like, he's got kibble in his bowl, he's just holding out for something better. Not the right word for what snails do. Digest, maybe? Dude, being eaten alive by a giant snail would actually be one of the most horrifying ways to die ever. Because it's very much like attrition, you know? If you've ever really looked at the mouth parts of a snail, and don't ask me why I have. It's not important. It's very much like a very slow, like, scraping away. Usually they're eating something really soft. It would take a very, very long time. Thanks for that, new fear. Snails don't pose really any predatorial danger to you while you're alive. There might be like venomous or poisonous snails or something, I don't know, but you're unlikely to be eaten by one unless you've died first. I really don't want to discuss the most horrifying deaths today. Alright, I'll leave it at just that one. That is fair. The shoes on the other foot, I don't think I want to hear about it. I just miss making gummy bears for my little snails. That was really fun. I have a little video of my snails eating their little algae bears. And they were so cute. They were so cute. Plus they would like clean each other's shells. You know, one snail's growing a little algae on their shell and the other one's like, hold on, Dan, let me get that for you. Dan the snail. At the time, I was naming them after Overwatch League players. I had a pair of mystery snails named after 2 players on the Soul Dynasty. I had Zephyr and Guido the snails. I meant no insult to the players. I wasn't trying to say they were slow or anything. I just thought they were good names. And I liked my snails a lot. Cone snails are among the most venomous creatures on Earth. Are they? Cone snails. Caution. Killer cone snails. They are highly venomous. All cone snails are venomous and capable of stinging. Cone snails use a modified radula tooth, and a venom gland to attack and paralyze their prey. Alright, we're moving on. Paralyze their prey before they give them a lovely spa day and tell them to stop working so hard. You know, take some time. Savor the small things in life. Don't finish Googling cone snails. I have a really big turtle on my monitor. I have the Windows thing where they just like give you different wallpapers. And today I have a really big turtle. Snail mucus, a wonderful skin treatment. It's a component in some of the Korean skin face masks that I've used in the past, but I'm kind of out of my fancy skincare era. I'm into my extremely basic skincare era. Spa day. Those snails are rather considerate. What happened with Windows today? I only saw the headline. I heard about it from chat. You know more than I do. Something bad as far as I can tell. Well, my cat was around here, but she's not. I gave her some food. She might be having her breakfast. That's fun. That's what I said. I've been informed that it's a little too serious to be fun. There's only so many mistakes you can make in the world that can affect that many people that drastically. Like, that's a pretty catastrophic boo-boo. Why am I casting heal? That's not right. Oh, there he goes. Are a lot of people in your raid getting locked out of boss rooms? Probably. I didn't pull it, but if somebody runs ahead, yeah, I did there too. If somebody runs ahead and pulls it, it'll close the door. There's not a big incentive for a player that's very fast that can solo the bosses to wait for everybody. So it often doesn't happen. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just get yourself as many speed gems as you can to try to stay close enough to be able to loot it. I'm using Trailblazer, which is kind of nice for between bosses. And then I have speed gems to make sure I'm at the speed cap because my cloak's not crazy advanced. Speed is the best stat, and the cowards capped it. There's probably a point after which too much speed makes something in the game work really strangely. But you know, it's rebigs. I think speed characters are super fun. Mainly because I don't run that fast all the time. I think that if all of my characters were that fast all the time, it would cease to mean anything. We're hoping. We're hoping for this staff. You get got for hacking. That's right. Or you just get disconnected when you land. That used to be a big problem, was getting off your mount and you were going too fast because your character was still moving mount speed, but you were on the ground, and the hack protection would just disconnect you. Network can't determine your position anymore. I'm kind of shocked that I've managed to not get sick this past week and a half. I thought for sure I was gonna, because I was around more people, plus I was putting a bit of extra load on my body that I wasn't used to at all, and missing a bit of sleep and being a little bit stressed. I thought for sure this is the perfect storm of how to put Hazel's immune system on vacation. I'm getting sick. Oh, I looted a staff, but it's not the right color. It's got the brown handle and we want the red handle. It's not the one. Did you ever watch Anchorman? I have seen Anchorman. I think I would recognize 70% of the quotes from it. Although I will say that, like, a couple of times in the last week, I felt like I was fighting something off, and I just took big naps. As much sleep as I can tack on it, and that usually does the trick. Would you recommend it to somebody today? I don't know. I don't recommend much, really. I'd have to watch it again to find out if that's an acceptable thing to do or not. Is that the one with the I'm Ron Burgundy quote? Because I do enjoy that one. I'm Ron Burgundy? That's pretty applicable. The best memes and quotes are the ones that come up a lot in everyday situations. I think songs with catchy lyrics that also are like extremely relatable or applicable also do really well. And that's why, in our era of climate change, I think that heat waves from Glass Animals did so well, is because, you know, if you're Googling heat waves and you're like, you know what, I don't want to read the weather news anymore. Let's have a nice song. Do you know what the world quests are? Are they any good? I imagine they're just the regular quests again, kind of.
Killads.
Haven't tested them myself. The questing was good, though. I guess actually that is a good point. Is in Dragonflight, I didn't really do very many world quests unless I had to because they felt too fussy and they felt like the lift was too heavy on them. They wanted you to do too much for a world quest. I'm still waiting for them to cave and give us BFA or a world quest back where we can just kill a boss and move on. Get burned by the didn't age well with movies I used to love. Better left in the past often. Yeah. Getting emissaries back, I think? Ooh. I hadn't heard that. That would be very nice. I miss those. What did we have instead in Dragonflight? Just nothing? Hope they ease up in world community events. Not bad, but it's a lot. Yeah, those were kind of like a theme for them in Dragonflight. I think that they'll cool down on them now. I don't think they'll never do them again, but I think they've kind of learned what they wanted to. They've iterated a lot. I'm hoping we don't get a new one every patch. Because at a certain point, it got confusing as to what you were even supposed to do. Like in Dragonflight, somebody who's starting Dragonflight for the first time ever, coming in, there is not like a super clear, easy way to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. You're like, oh, hey, the Siege on Dragonbane keeps coming up. Should I be here? I guess so. I don't know. Like, it wasn't wildly obvious what you should and shouldn't be doing. Because you could do all of it, and there was benefit to be gotten from all of it, but like, there was too many of them to realistically kind of be keeping up with. Cycle through them every week like the last Harava Awakened raids. We've talked about this before, but what was the best world event? Was it Soup? Soup did so well that they spent the rest of the expansion trying to make Soup again. I don't know if they ever surpassed Soup. I do have the Khadgar ball pet. I think Soup. It's like the Timeless Isle. Like, they made the Timeless Isle, and it went over really well. And then they spent the next, like, 3 expansions trying to figure out how to use, like, vignette rares and shorter spawn time rares and, like, treasures and stuff to, like, recreate that Timeless Isle feeling of, like, running laps and always having something to do. And it was never as good. It was never as good. At a certain point, it feels like it's almost impossible to make it better. Worst was Researchers or the Dreamseed Walking Simulator. The Dreamseed one was surprisingly not to my liking, given how late in the expansion cycle it was. Like, you'd think they've learned a bunch of stuff from this. Why is this one so boring? I think that it's not the worst one for me. The worst one for me is the Time Rifts. What were they called? Not the Time Rift, actually. That was okay with all the vendors and the cosmetics. The one where you would go into the portal, the alternate future, the Primal Future. Primalist Future was the worst, in my opinion. Was the least fun event to participate in, with the cold, and you would put down the campfire that like nobody could be bothered with, and then you would like cap a point, and then people would leave a point, it would get back capped and you couldn't do it. Storm's Fury, yeah, that was the worst one in my opinion. The Dreamseed Walk was boring, but at least it was doable, and it was doable solo if you really wanted to. Derelict was boring too. Researchers Under Fire was fine. It was fine. It really penalized you for not being in a group though. Like, if you wanted to try to just do it solo with whoever was around, you would do worse, objectively worse, than if you just joined a group finder group. And the group finder groups were just like absolute stomps because you had so many people in them. So you weren't very connected with the progress in the event. When the player base moves, how do the systems work? Same way they do now. Some of them will be easier to do than others. Some of them will be really hard to do. They may eventually take a tuning pass to try to make some of them more soloable, but a lot of things they probably won't. You know. Time keeps chugging along. Hope I can solo Cobalt Assembly Rep. Oh, I'm sure you can. That's just killing mobs. That's just farming. You can solo it now. I can't believe Shellfish is 476. That's so weird. He's got 100k threads in his cloak. Look, he's doing damage and everything. That's crazy. Doesn't do a ton of damage in burst though, because if his life storm doesn't quite finish, I guess it did. Maybe the rest of the Searing Light hadn't come through yet. Oh, what happened? I saw pink text for a brief second. What did I loot? Did the sound go off? No? Yes? Maybe? What did I get? I got a fulminating blade. Did I need it? I did need it. And now I just need one more thing from tier 14 LFR, and it's literally the thing that I'm got my sights set on. That's funny. The sound did go off. I think my earbuds falling out of my ear over here. Time riffs are my favorite. Those are all right. Some of the events in them were frustrating to me, but it was cool that there was a bit of variety, and it was cool that you could just kind of, I don't know, the reward structure of time riffs felt fun to me. It felt nice that you could be lucky and you could get something, but there was also the vendor there as a backup so that if you got crazy unlucky, you weren't stuck there for the rest of your life. I'm going to take a short break, and then when I come back, hopefully we can make the game give us this one with the red handle. The red one. Thank you for your patience. I'm back. So many baby ground squirrels outside my window. Too much cuteness. Baby ground squirrels. Share. Too many instances recently. Whoa. Can that be true? Can it be possible? Did I hit instance cap? Let me see. That's not lockouts. Do I have... I probably don't. I used to use an add-on. The name of which escapes me at the moment, but it would be in here somewhere. I don't think I got rid of it. I still have Plumber. I used Plumber exclusively for seed planting in the Emerald Dream. Saved instances. Okay. That's the one. What do we do now? I'm a professional remix player for the day thanks to CrowdStrike breaking my work laptop. Hey, there's the universe telling you to take a day off if nothing else is. Okay. So, yeah, it won't tell me about recent instances because I wasn't running it at the time. It doesn't pull that info retroactively. I'm still in queue for an LFR wing. Yeah, it really won't. Okay, all right. I think doing like our scenarios and stuff also kind of put us over limit. So the other thing that I can do in the meantime is I can farm... Oh, I wonder if it wouldn't even let me do my solo scenarios. It might. I wonder if it distinguishes between group instances and not. The nice thing about unlocking Throne of Thunder dailies is that it's just more chances at weapons and stuff. Because I need a few things from this aisle. I need... what, 4? 5 things that could be from Thunder or Timeless Isle? Which is tons. And you can certainly just grind. There's no harm in that. But doing dailies also will give you lesser charms that you can then turn in for more boxes that have more chances at loot. Court of Bones farming again? Yeah! I want to see if it's going to let me here. Let's leave that queue because I don't even think it's going to let me in there. I want to go back to the Sun Reaver. And I want to see if it'll let me do my intro scenarios, or if it's going to be like, excuse me, stay out of instances. You pay your $15 a month, but our instance servers are done with you for the moment. 10 luck steps and timeless sales and rewards. There might be an argument to be made for farming them on the timeless isle as well. There's certainly plenty of rares over there. I don't know. I just haven't been doing it. Keep for solo instance. Yes, okay, looks like it's gonna let me in. As far as I know, bronze will not transfer to alts. I don't think that it'll be one of the currencies you can move. Timeless Isle's iffy. Mob grinding's not bad. Up to 76 of 119. This list is starting to get shorter. It's almost starting to feel manageable. This chunk would take a big bit off of it. Rare farming is good if you're early, I think. Do you like the square near Ordos? Yeah. I remember when I was trying to like bust through these campaign scenarios on Squidgy to unlock these dailies, and I thought, oh, I have 61 lesser charms already. That it would be really fast to do. And it was not. It took a little bit of doing. But it was good because then I was able to get the Lei Shen treasure key. Which I don't really need here. I don't think I'm really worried about threads anymore. Can't believe I'm still missing 3 things from normal scenarios. They're kind of cool too. There's another these are like nice colors of these things. You gotta love the skull candle ones. Hello. Excuse me. I guess I can take the Crypt Keeper title off. We're done with scenario farming for the moment. Smelly shellfish. Only need to churn through another 700 Mythic Island expeditions to finish what I need to collect. Oh, I'm so sorry. Things that require you to have certain title active? No, no. It's just for fun. It just felt cute to be running around Crypt of the Forgotten Kings as the Crypt Keeper. There's no reason to actually do it for gameplay benefit. Yeah, I remember when I was doing my island expeditions, getting the doubloon buff from the research board on the boat was very important. And then the caches that they added, those boxes that you could buy, that was huge as well. They've said unlock the mine door, and it's brave of them to assume that I know where the mine door was. It's probably like right where I was. I'm probably running around for no reason. At least these guys drop loot. Your keeper title is a pain, but I'm glad I have it. 11 mounts away from Lord of the Rings. Oh, nice. I feel like this is ready for turn-in, so I think I can just leave this instance. I'm gonna gamble. If it turns out I'm not done and I have to do it again, I'll be mad. I think I'm good. Every time I see a staff, I get a little excited, but it's not the one, not what we're after. Is this the stealth one? It might be. Scrapping animation looks like Shellfish is starting a riveting game of rock, paper, scissors. I can't believe that I haven't spent more time playing male trolls before this, like male Darkspear trolls. They're fun. Plus, I think they look great in Mog. I hope I got enough of them. Oh yeah, and then this one I got in big trouble with because I didn't use the buttons properly. And I had to start it all over again, so we gotta be real careful. Very careful. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, this one too. You got it. Any advice for repairing a best friendship that somehow went very, very wrong? I'll disclaim that having not maintained many friendships, I am not necessarily an authority. Pretty far from an authority. I would imagine a good step would be trying to figure out what went wrong. And finding a way to talk about it with whoever it is. You know, the usual communication advice. Finding ways to listen without being defensive, and finding ways to communicate and share how you feel without being accusatory. And, you know, seeing if you can come to an understanding. But this is all theoretical. I don't talk to very many people. Oh, I think I was... Do normally? Yeah. Good, good, good. But it'll only work if both of you have an interest in repairing the friendship. Sometimes people are done, and there's not much you can do. Hazel? Love you. Missed you. Sorry I missed some of your streams. You're always welcome here. Awesome. Stream is here for you when you need it. There are also always VODs if you want. Glad to have people here, but never feel bad. Never feel bad if you can't make it. There's a lot of things in life that you can be late for, and this isn't one of them. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I've made a bit of a pickle of this, haven't I? Can I just, like, sprint it? Yeah, there we go. I'm so sleepy. Is this quest repeatable? I mean, you can repeat it on multiple characters. But I don't know if you can do it again on the same one. I don't think so. These are story campaigns. There we go. That I think is the most annoying one of all of them, so we're in good shape. I wonder if I'm allowed to get back into LFRQ. I can. Although we are so close, I think, from being able to just kind of pick up the dailies and do those. Every time I see Scout Captain Elsia, I think that they've named her Elsa, and I'm just looking for like a frost mage. I always felt like Jane in BFA was giving very strong Frozen vibes. The running on ice across the water thing for sure. Have you seen Day 9's rant about retail WoW? I haven't. I used to, a million years ago, watch his StarCraft videos. Like, he had like a weekly StarCraft thing that I don't even know why I would watch it. I didn't even play StarCraft. About 20 minutes, absolutely hilarious. Love the icy looking lantern she dropped in BFA. Frozen came out 11 years ago. I feel so old now. Amazing spectator sport, yeah. It was cool. I remember thinking that was like the pinnacle of esports, and that it was going to continue to be that way forever. I thought little kids were going to be learning how to play StarCraft in school. I used to watch Bronze League Heroes as well. He helps he produces now with his partner Ro. That he's making content with Rosanna Pensino now. They've been together forever. People discover that Arendelle's actually a Norwegian city. Oh. Yeah, I always figured it was just like a fantasy land that was sort of laid over top of like a kind of Nordic theme. He just started doing Bronze League Heroes again. There's a throwback. Yeah, I remember there was a few controversies about that. There's a couple different things. There's some interesting questions in there about what creators owe to their audiences without any like real cut and dry answers. Can we do boxes? Am I lagging? There we go. Man, I'm hoping. I got an item ID for that. For that particular mace, but I had the appearance already. Although it's kind of a cool mace. It's got like little chompy teeth on it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in business. So I should be able to turn in, yeah, Charms of Good Fortune and get a box. And if I continue turning in Charms of Good Fortune, I'll get more boxes. So we can pretty much just dump all of our charms and hope that we're going to get any of the items that we need. There's 5 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 different things that I could get from Isle of Thunder. Luckily, I had some charms saved up from just earlier in Shellfish's life. Any luck? Nope, not yet. These ones have been stubborn. I've been having a really hard time getting Mogs out of Isle of Thunder. Depends on what kind of content they're doing. Someone doing daily vlogs might have a different sort of relationship with the audience compared to someone who does more abstract things. Yeah. People will have different opinions on whether or not you can like what your responsibility is to your audience if you have gone out of your way to cultivate that relationship, and how much of it is kind of, you know, if you're contributing and you're supporting a creator and you're watching their videos and you're subbed to their things and you're paying them money, are you doing that for the content that they've already done, or are you doing that with the expectation of future content that they're going to make? And if so, is that something that they've like advertised? Is that something that there's an expectation built for? Should there be an expectation for that? Because people do get in trouble when they vanish, and it's kind of a open question as to whether or not you owe anybody updates or future work, especially if you've left something like a Patreon on and you're continuing to... I'm not saying that's what happened there. I don't think that is, but people like continuing to try to farm a living off of an audience without making any content versus, you know, what do you actually owe to people? At what point can you pull out and be done? If that's what you want. So the ritual stones I feel like are actually kind of annoying to get. They don't drop as much as you think they're gonna. We found more dailies. And now I think I can get back into queue for these things. What is on the hat? Is it a cow? Or maybe it is a horse. It is a moose. It's my moose hat. It's a piece of tourism merch from Alaska that I got secondhand, having never been to Alaska myself. Should have known. I have a shirt with a moose on it, and I have a hat with a moose on it. And I've named my dog Moose. And sometimes I'll be walking my dog Moose, wearing my moose shirt with my moose hat on, and then I think to myself, someone might think I have a problem. It's like I'm trying to compensate for a lack of Canadianness from having lived as an expat for a bit. Do you even like Moose the animal? You mean my dog, or like in the abstract sense? I've not met one to determine an individual companionship with them. I don't think that's really what you do with moose, but I think they're cool. It's a moosely normal obsession. Moose mount and a moose battle pet. Hi, kitty cat. I can see you've been grooming your fur, and I don't think you finished. You've got bedhead. You need me to brush you? I'll brush you. Both of my animals have short enough fur that I can usually, if they get like messy fur, I can just kind of use my nails and work it out. Yeah, there you go. We got a weapon, by the way. Keg breaker. That was one of the things off the list. We now only need 4 things rather than 5 from out here. I think it just dropped from a mob. You can get lucky. By the way, the trove tally noise went off. Yeah! Big hulking giant things who live in the wild. Everyone loves lemurs. Yeah, I think they're neat. There's lots of animals that I like that I wouldn't necessarily like invite over for dinner. You know, bears, wolves, whales, eagles, etc. I think they're beautiful. Black bears are chill. There's still not a lot in my house. I have a no black bears inside policy. I can't. I'm imagining a humpback in my parents' dining room, and it's making me laugh. What, you said there'd be shrimp? Do you think it like brings a bottle of wine? Tea and krill. Thought Quasimodo was over to chat. That's just me having a bad posture day. She rubs her face on the corner of my desk, but sometimes she does it with like some force, and it's like a hard wooden solid corner, and it looks like it hurts, but she does it on purpose. She knows where it is. You gotta be careful with your brain. There's a good kitty cat in there. Be careful with her. Have you ever read the original? No. No. I have heard it's dark. Honestly, even the Disney version was still pretty dark. It's one of the darker Disney films. And they did their best to Disneyfy it. I'm gonna get this staff. It's gonna drop eventually. Like the Hellfire song. That used to be my favorite villain song. It still is, I think. Hard story to Disneyfy. Most Disney characters don't have parents. For long. Hi. Some of them keep one. I watched that movie for the first time in years a while ago. I was like, wait, this is a kid's movie? Oh, I keep getting. There you go. Lilo had her sister. Elsa and Anna lost theirs. Good dinosaur made me bawl. Pocahontas had her dad. Trying to think of anybody else. Jasmine had her dad. Did anybody keep a mother for very long in a Disney film? Rapunzel from Tangled.
Lads.
I don't actually remember if that's what they named the character. Girl from Tangled. She got both her parents. She just didn't grow up with them. So Robbie lasted all the way through the Lion King.
Lads.
That's true. Guy who voiced Bambi went on to become a decorated Marine veteran. I did not. Her mom was evil. No. Her real mom was fine. It was her witch lady that she lived with. That wasn't really her mom. That wasn't a stepmom. You have to marry someone's dad to be a stepmom. Is more or less somebody who abducted her. Right? Like there was no adoption paperwork happening. Stockholm mom, there you go. Why can't I think of her name? Like, I know the story is Rapunzel. Was the character named Rapunzel in Tangled, or did she have a different name? I think it was Rapunzel. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if they gave her, like, a cute name. I love that movie. I like the horse. The horse is my favorite character. I'm like in my mind Googling. I'm trying to think of like Disney animated film protagonists where they kept both parents. I think in The Princess and the Frog, I think that her parents were fine, right? They just stayed home. Or did she lose them? I don't remember. It happens a lot. That's a really good one. I didn't see that movie when it came out because I was a little too old for it by the time that the marketing was big for it, and I skipped it for a long time, but when I went back and watched it, I thought it was amazing. Mushu, one of my favorite Disney side characters. Yeah, I guess Milan's parents, generally speaking, they just stay home as well. That's nice. Oh. How you doing? You like the hat? I'm trying to take the hat off. You can tell me if you hit it. Just you, nobody else. Man, you can really crank through these LFR wings so much faster than the Throne of Thunder ones because the queues pop like back to back. I wonder if we can get to 80 of 120. You would assume so, right? We can get 3 more pieces over the next weekend. For a moment I thought that top priest was me, but it's not. Somebody else. They're also holy. Searing Light, Lifestorm, Hailstorm. I wonder if I should be, like, healing to try to buff my Searing Light up. Oh, my Searing Light didn't properly proc because I Lifestormed too late. That's probably what happened. Oh well. Not that important. Pardon me. I think after this one, we're gonna wrap it for the day a little early. Take a little extra time to try to sort my life out. Teensy bit. Can turn in some of these daily quests and see if we got lucky in the Isle of Thunder. Turn in just over there, yeah. Do we have any yaks? We must have yaks. These were fun. I always like that the yak is enormous. It could have been a very small yak running very quickly, but the big one's kind of fun. Some of you guys still play Hearthstone, but having fun with BGs, waiting for prepatch. Yeah. I'm actually enjoying the current BG patch just to play casually. Not doing anything in particular with it, but... Nope, no luck there. But we got basically everything but the one thing we were looking for. We got a bunch of other stuff. All of the rest of the MOG that I could use from tier 14 LFR, as well as we also got our gear fully upgraded. So not a bad day. Can't complain about that. Good morning. What you working on today? I'm actually gonna wrap early. We're just heading out. I was working on some remix mod collecting. We got a few different things. I'm still farming for the Orb of the Watercolor with the red handle, but we can do more of that tomorrow. We won't need to do any dungeons or scenarios or anything because my gear's about as good as it's getting. Thank you all very much for joining us today. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow for a Saturday morning stream. Thank you guys and have a wonderful, wonderful day.